Okay, I figured I'd do a small reaction to the militia dude that, or they don't even know if he's militia. The kid that shot the guy in the head when he was so-called defending that store, and then shot that other guy in the stomach when those three guys approached him. Figured I'd react to that. Okay, first, this may be a controversial thing, but I'm not as pissed off at him as most people. This is my logic. Okay, he's brainwashed as hell, thinking that he could go somewhere, but protect a store he's never met, and he protect a store for someone he's never met with a automatic rifle, with a not automatic, but with a gun, and nothing bad is going to happen. Stupid brainwashed bullshit. Okay, so he's defending the store, backing people off, and there's actually a video of him helping the protesters with like first aid and water and shit. So you can tell he's not a bad guy. Like, I don't think he was actually racist or anything like that. Something happened, he got startled, he shot a guy in the head. Now, this is why I don't think he's such a bad guy. His first impulse was to run and find a cop. Not to drop the gun and disappear, but to find a cop. And when he did, what's his first reaction? Put up his hands, try to get the cop's attention, saying, "I just shot somebody." Dude was trying to do the right thing. And the guy he shot in the stomach. But 100 people chasing you, pissed off that you just killed somebody, and three guys come up to you. You're a kid. You shoot to get him back off. Hit a guy in the stomach. So that's two people you might have killed. So yeah, you try to flag the cops down. What I'm pissed off at is the cops that were completely ignoring him. Okay, first, you have about 50 or 60 people behind him yelling he just shot somebody. You have him raising his hands, getting your attention with a rifle on his back. Now let's flip this a little bit. Let's say black guy with a rifle walking towards cops. Do you think this would have ended with them driving by? Is there any hint of your mind any idea that you might have that they just drive by and let this guy walk around with a gun? If it wasn't a 17-year-old white kid. No. And that's another reason why I don't blame him. Not because but because he was a kid. Kids make dumb choices. Kids shouldn't have guns. Period. Unless you're trained, you know what you're doing, and you're defending you and yours, you shouldn't have a gun. A kid can't be fully developed enough to have one. Now, should he be tried as an adult? Hell yeah. He killed two people. Should the cop that completely ignored a guy flagging him down with a weapon on his back be punished? Hell yeah. Even if it wasn't the fact that he was white, the fact that you ignored him, that means you ignored a guy walking down the street with a rifle. How is that good? How is that good anytime, not to mention during a riot? During a riot, you see someone with a rifle, you might check that. That might be something you worry about. Not the kid with the brick, the guy walking down the street with a gun. Maybe that's something you might want to ask questions about. Like, do you have a license for that? Why do you have a gun? And, oh, you just shot somebody? Maybe we should arrest you. Especially when he has 50 or 60 people behind him yelling loudly, he just shot somebody. And that mayor dude or the governor that came out and said, well, they were against curfew, so... Okay, so someone breaks curfew and gets shot it's their fault. Man, I'm glad you're not a parent. He's like, oh, your kid broke curfew and got stabbed. His fault. And they weren't breaking curfew to go out and party. They were breaking curfew to protest a murder. And before you say, oh, but that guy might have been going for something. No, that was a murder. Four trained people, one guy that might have something. Shot 8 times point blank in the back. That's murder. Now, if the guy was shot, and if there was only one cop there, and the guy was shot while he had his hand on something, okay. But 3 or 4 cops with weapons drawn, one guy might be reaching for something. So, okay, let's play this out if he was reaching for something. He grabs a gun. He turns around, shoots all 3 of you. Oh, yeah, the guy's not fucking Chuck Norris in a movie. This is what would actually happen. Guy grabs a gun. He turns around. Then you open fire. Guy doesn't get a shot off. What, did they think just because he was black he was a cowboy? Or he was a ninja that could... Like, he was a professional hitman that could turn around, kill all 3 of them, and then walk away. Oh, yeah, and the fact that he was going to kill all 3 cops in front of his kids means you should shoot him 8 times point blank in front of his kids. I'm sorry, but if I got my weapon trained on someone, and I think they're going for something, my first instinct isn't going to be to shoot him in the back. If I'm going to shoot him, legs, arms... Why don't they get trained to shoot, to, like, neutralize? Guns aren't always for killing. They can neutralize people. Someone's walking towards something and you put one in his kneecap, he's not going to be going for that anymore. You put one in the back of his leg, he's not going to be going for whatever he's going for anymore. Just the pure shock of being shot is going to make him grab his leg and go to the ground. So if the taser didn't work, shoot one of his limbs. Or here's a crazy idea. You know those things you like beating people with? Maybe use that on the back of his leg. Because if it's between getting a beat down and getting shot in the back and crippled, most people would take the beat down. Hell, I take a beat down. I volunteer for a beat down. So maybe if you're going to be a racist psychopath, beat down the guy before you shoot him. And no racist cops that are listening to this, that's not a green light to go beat down people for no reason. I'm just saying the trade-off between getting a beat down and getting shot, a lot of people would just take the beat down.